Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? I got to get set up here because I have not been live in so long. Um, let's see. I want to make sure that I'm live on my page here. Perfect. All right. So, good evening, everyone. I am Coach Jasmine Dudley. Wait. Let's not do that. All right. So just trying to get it all figured out over here. It's been so long that I have been live. So I'm really excited about tonight and being here. I have an amazing conversation I'm getting ready to have with someone who is very near and dear to my heart. And so I want you guys, as you come in, to share because you never know who may need this information. So as you come in, begin to share out the broadcast, tag people that you know that may be interested in this conversation and this topic that we're getting ready to talk about on tonight, okay? And so I have a special guest in the waiting room, and before I bring her on screen, excuse me, I want to tell you a little bit about her. She is this awesome and amazing woman who has been in my life for a long time. Very long time. Hey, Nora, good to see you on, sis. And so I'm going to bring her on in just a little bit, but I want to tell you a little bit about her. She is an awesome, phenomenal entrepreneur, business owner. She is, I've been watching her do business and out here in the game since I was a kid. That just lets you know how long she's been in the game, okay? Since I was a child. She has been out here in these entrepreneurial streets, whether it's in the entertainment biz, whether it's in training, coaching, or whether it's in this tax business. And I'm sure she's had her hand in some other stuff that she can talk to you guys about. She had partnered at one time with some my biological parents, and just listen, she's just been all around, just doing some stuff. And so I'm really grateful to have her on tonight. To have this conversation. So the 818 Wealth Chat is just something that sprung up, something we're just now starting. And so what we're going to be doing here is just kind of bringing different people in front of you so you can get to know what it feels like, what it looks like to be a successful entrepreneur. I know sometimes we talk about, being successful, but you don't really have that person in front of you that you can see that's actually doing it. And so you guys know me, I'm all about the receipts, honey. Listen, all about the receipts. And so I want to bring people that got actual, tangible, good receipts from their business, that they're actually doing the thing that they say that they are doing. And so tonight we're going to be talking about starting a tax business. Martina has, that's my guest tonight. I blew the name, but Martina has built a successful multi-six-figure business, okay, multi-six-figure business. And I ain't talking about you hit, 100,000 in 1 year, 10 years ago. No, this is a multiple six business consistently. Okay, a lot of you guys that have worked with me, I have referred you to her for one thing or another. She's legit. She keeps it legal. She keeps it good. She's one of those people that will make sure that you are compliant, you are right. She keeps us together, honey. And anybody that know that, anybody that's on, she will keep you together. Okay, she's not one of these fly-by-night entrepreneurs that just take your money and don't help you, and then you end up looking crazy and in jail and all that stuff. Anyway, y'all know I get to ramble, but anyway, listen. Without further ado, I want to bring her on the stage, and then we're just gonna chat it up a little bit about what that looks like being a multiple six-figure business owner and what it looks like to start a tax business. So let's bring her up to the stage. There she is with her gorgeous self. Hello there.
Hey, darling. How you doing?
How are you?
I am good. I trip out when I'm like listening to you, and I'm just like, oh, she talking about me. That just don't even. That's it. Don't even seem real. Like not from the. It just doesn't seem real. But thank you and Kenyon so much because as Jasmine said, she's been in my life since we talking pigtails and ponytail holders. But just seeing you guys flourish over the years and how you have helped me and my business. I mean, I and stuff, but if you guys weren't following back in October or what have you, following everything that the 818 Wealth Academy has been talking about and preaching for years before, when they were JBD Financial Group, before 818. I was listening and I paid attention. And in October, I went and bought my truck with business credit. Like, I got business credit, y'all. Like, we got trade lines reporting and things like that without a personal guarantor. And it's just those things, thinking outside of the box. And even one of the reasons that we're on here right now was because I called to ask you a question about your product. And she began coaching me. And I'll go into that in a second. But anyway, I'm glad that I'm here. Dexter's he's here, but he's on the other side of this wall right now. So anyway, thank you, Jasmine.
Listen, I am so excited to have you on. This is about to be an amazing conversation. And if y'all not peeping what's going on right here, when I say they are legit, they are legit. So behind you, what you see is a real corporate office. Okay, they legit, they real. They got a whole office in Atlanta. They've been there for years. Okay, and they are running real live business, and you can too. You can too. So tonight, really, we want to encourage you guys to jump in, engage with us in the comments, engage with us on social media, engage with Martina so you can ask questions, and then she's gonna give you guys some information about what she has coming up next. Or what have you, so you guys can jump on board and get on the bandwagon of what she's doing and become a real multiple six-figure earner. Because listen, we're not out here posting for the gram. That's not what we're doing. We're
exactly.
not posting for the gram, okay? And so we want to be out here. We want to be legit. We want to be real. So listen, I have some questions for you that we're going to talk about. And just kind of getting to know your journey and where all of this started. Where did this entrepreneurial gene start? Like, what did you get started?
I'm sorry. Yes, that's we're on Facebook. Yeah. So I was born into it. My dad was Maurice. God rest his soul. My mom is Mary. Thus was Eminem Productions. When I was 3 years old, my dad. Okay, no rhythm, no nothing. But let me tell you something. This dude was a DJ. My dad did everything. I'm sorry, I got something in my eye, y'all. I'm a real person, y'all, and I just got something in my eye. So please forgive me. Okay. Anyway, so no, but growing up, my dad had several businesses. He worked for the airlines, like that was his day job, and he was a professional bowler. Those were his day jobs, right? But my dad had businesses. And what I always remember was he would say things to me like, the saying, crying over spilled milk. And Dad, like, look, you got two things that you can do. You can sit there and cry over it and nothing happens, or you can take action and wipe it up. What are you going to do? It was always those things. He treated our allowance like it was a business. I worked for him. There was no shortcuts. When I was 14 years old, my dad brought me in his business. Now, imagine, we're all on here grown people, but you imagine picking up your business phone and a 14-year-old voice is on the other end. Yes, this is this is Martina Almond with Almond Enterprises, and I'm calling about your bill. My dad was like, if you cannot talk to someone, it doesn't matter who they are, what level on business they are, what the hierarchy is. If you can't just talk to them as a regular person, then you will be hindered your entire life. Now, he was sitting here teaching me things from 14 to 19, because he passed when I was 19. We weren't expecting it. But I lived by those principles. And I knew early on that the one thing Martina wasn't going to do, and that was spend the rest of her life working for someone. Now, I'm not knocking anyone if that is your choice to do so. But if you feel I am knocking you, if your reason for working for someone is because you don't have enough belief in yourself to get
Right.
off your behind and take those talents and make them profitable.
Come
Now,
on.
if your choice is to work for someone, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about that entrepreneur person who's afraid to believe and take a chance on themselves. And I have, as Jasmine said, I have been in this thing. When I was whoever is on here that went to Lithonia High School or Redan High School, you guys know Martina did hair. She sold candy. I barbered. I learned how to barber from my best guy friends who took some jacked up haircuts, and I would do the finger waves and stuff, and I would just charge them, and I kept money. And then I worked for my dad. So I've been in this for a second. My children, I went ahead and set them up Roth IRAs last year because I just know in my know they're not gonna work. They've seen me since Lana, I think they were 3 and 4 when I left corporate America.
Right.
They don't there's I don't see them wanting to work for anybody. And my daughter actually we've already set her up with her catering business. And a lot of you guys have tasted her food. So yeah, it's just there.
So listen, it's just in you. It's just in you. And so anyone that's watching tonight, you may be like, I don't know if I have it or not. But if you look back through your track history, if you look back through times in middle school or high school, were you that person that just kind of took the lead? Were you that person that was always trying to hustle the hot Cheetos? Were you the person that was hustling the Laffy Taffies? Were you that person? Did you have it in you? Because if you had it in you at any little point in your life, listen,
Mhm.
this is a life that you can excel in. This is a life that you can thrive in. And so again, I just want to show you guys real life people who are doing it. And listen, the business that she was in when she was 14 with her dad is not the business that she's in today. We're gonna talk about that too. The
Right.
multiple businesses that landed you here, and you still have other things going on outside of the tax biz, but just talk a little bit about how many businesses did you start before you even got to the tax business?
So what had happened was a lot of stuff. Okay. But no, real talk. When I left corporate America, I started a company, We Are Boss. And Boss is business owner striving for success. Boss was my 17th business.
Wait, how many?
Boss was my 17th business as a grown up, mind you, as a grown up. Okay. That was my 17th business. My 18th business was Boss Taxes.
Wow.
My 19th business is My Enterprises, which is Martina C. Young Enterprises, LLC. And my 20th business is Biz Up, LLC, where I am in partnership. And then it's like, you still count, Martina? The 21st business is actually a nonprofit organization. I joined with my business partner had a nonprofit, Steps, and within Steps we have WeBe, which is Women in Business Institute.
Wow.
So my daughter will be 21 in October, and her older sister is 21. So yeah, 21 businesses. And of all of the businesses, what are active right now? Number 18, 19, 20, and 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
That says a whole lot because number one, some people start a business and then either it doesn't go so well or they just may not like it no more. It couldn't be that they, necessarily failed. It could be they just don't like it anymore. Or
Mm-hmm.
as they're growing and evolving, they're finding that they're lacking something else. So listen, guys, this is powerful what's happening in this room tonight because if you were an entrepreneur, even just any type of leader, and you're thinking about getting into entrepreneurship, the first idea doesn't have to work. The fifth idea doesn't have to work. The 10th idea doesn't have to work. Come on here, somebody.
Yep.
Listen, you're looking at someone that is very successful in the field of what she's in multiple businesses right now, but
Hmm.
had prior businesses that either did not work or she outgrew. So you can
Yep.
outgrow a business. A big listen, you will start businesses and they will fail. I can't even tell you what number of business we're on. I can't tell you. But you start businesses, they fail, you make a little money. Okay, I don't want to do that no more because that was more tiring than I thought it was going to be. You move on to the next thing. And I'm not saying that you don't have consistency in the thing, but I'm saying that there are some things that even if it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that it's not for you. That doesn't mean that you give up.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean that this life of entrepreneurship and having dominion and having influence and having power, it does not mean that you stop right there. That's not true.
That's right.
You don't stop right there, right? And
That's
so
right.
she said she's had 21, my God, 21 businesses. And here she is today, glowing, beautiful. They're in their corporate office, and we often visit there. And it's just been amazing to watch, all of the things that she has done and her partner Dexter has done, and all of those other people that are connected to them have done. And so I say that to encourage all of you tonight that are watching. It doesn't matter if it's the first idea or the 30th idea. Just keep at it. Just
Yeah.
keep doing, because you never know which one is just going to be like, okay, that's the one. That's the one that's going to take off. So,
Yeah.
anyway, that was really good. That was really powerful. And I'm glad that you talked about that and you were vulnerable enough to just kind of let us in that space of having multiple businesses and now being where you are and the successful entrepreneur that you are now. And we get to see that, like, you didn't give up. Like, you could have just said, you
Mm-mm.
know what? I'm about to go put my resume in. I'm about to go back and get a job. I'm about to do something. I'm giving this whole thing up. But yet here you are with the freedom that you have, and you're running your business. Now, I'm not saying every day is a great day, and every day is certainly not a great day in business, but the fact that you're still standing
Yeah.
is speaking volumes. It's speaking volumes. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about and I want to go ahead and jump into this. We're talking about starting a tax business tonight. What
Hmm.
have been some of the benefits of you starting that tax business, and even when you started, what did it look like? Did you start at home and you just like, okay, let me just kind of see what this is going to be like,
Okay.
or where did it start? Did it start at the kitchen sink, or was it always this mega business? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so the reason why I can talk, a lot of you that follow me, right, or follow me on TikTok, have seen that I'm kind of like the compliance police.
Yes,
So, and the reason why I understand bootleg tax preparers so well, because I used to be one. Okay, I was a bootleg tax preparer, but I didn't know any better. So, and I won't spend a whole lot of time, but I do want to explain to you how this came about. I did not wake up one day and ever say, I want to do taxes. That was it. I was like everybody else. I was going to the other people, and the people you see in Walmart, people on the corner. I was just like everybody else. I get married, right? And now I'm excited because I always heard that married people and you have a child get money. And I'm like, yes, I'm about to get some money. So we go to this person that was highly recommended, and off the rip, she says it's going to be $800. And I'm like, $800? Like, okay. They were like, no, but she's real good. Long story short, she wound up doing two tax returns that were supposed to be filed, married filing jointly with one dependent. But we get two tax returns. And of those tax returns, I was listed as single. And my ex-husband was listed as head of household with our daughter. I owed $1,000, but he was getting a refund of almost 7,000. And I was confused. Like, and then we're in the process of purchasing a home, and we couldn't get our tax paperwork. And then when she finally gave us our tax paperwork, it says self-prepared at the bottom. And that's when we realized we had two returns. So we everything was moving fast. We closed on the house. I finally sit down to go through the paperwork because I'm trying to understand what's going on. You understand? And At this point, now Jasmine knows I'm very dramatic. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I did just like this. Oh, we going to jail. Oh no, we going to
This
I
happens
dropped
when
out.
you work with bootleg tax preparers.
I said, oh, what is this? Now, we were incorporated. That was with Devereaux Productions. I was in the film industry for a while. Well, we were incorporated, and she took my business and put it on a Schedule C. C corps don't go on a Schedule C. If you didn't know, you have to file a corporate return. Now, I am not saying we were in compliance with filing a corporate return, but I'm telling you, I knew it was supposed to be on that personal return, and he was not on my business. So at that point, I just didn't trust because all I knew is people go to jail. I'm not going to jail. I'd rather have no money. The government don't have to cut me a check. I'm not going to spend time at anybody's. I'm not jailhouse material. Okay. I'm just not. So with that, I just kind of got like your one of the little online tax things. I'm telling you, I never mention my competitor, you all. So I will not be mentioning none of those people. You have to Google it for yourself. But I went to one of those people. So I'm doing some stuff, and then family was like, oh, Tina does taxes. I'm like, no, I just do our taxes. So my first client, and she doesn't mind, normally I do not share my clients, but this one does not mind me saying anything, was Miss Carol Jones. Carol Jones was still a client to this day. And anybody knows her, she's gonna say, I'm Chemo's mama. Chemo's mama is who I'm talking about. So we were at church, and she was just like, if you could just look at them. And I didn't know what I was looking at. I was just doing data entry. So from there, it was like, okay, I do taxes, and I would have you go purchase your own little, tax software for the year. And then I would you would have to send me your login, and then I would log in. Like, this really bootleg. I'm not lying to y'all, it was bootleg. So then you would have to give me your credentials, which is raggedy. And then I would go in, enter it in, and then tell you, okay, this is what you're getting back, or this is what you owe. And then at the bottom, it would say self-prepared. So I thought, oh, let me be ethical. I would scratch through self-prepared and sign my name. I didn't have a P10 number. I didn't even know what a P10 number was. Okay. I didn't have an EFIT. I didn't have none of that. But so long story short, comes 2009. One of my business partners, Cedric, had married or was in the process of marrying, who got replaced, and his wife is now one of my best friends, Shan. But her dad and mom, Mr. James Royster and Sheila Broxton in Pensacola, they had been running for almost 2 decades a very successful tax business in Pensacola, Pros Tax Services. And Mr. James called me right before Christmas, and he said, so I hear you got a tax business. Now here's Martina. I do. I got 8 clients. I said, Mr. James, I got 8 clients. He said, baby, you can't feed them kids with no 8 clients. I'm like broken. He said, if you're really serious, Chantil is going to come down the day after Christmas. I'll train you. I went to Pensacola, and I went through Mr. James Royster's boot camp. I was cussed out. I was told that the people gonna come take me to jail because I missed something on. He was like, now they coming for you. The people coming for. I mean, I was like, I want you to pay taxes. I'm afraid. Then cost that woman $4,000 because you didn't do. But listen, he taught me compliance. He taught me how I am supposed to properly do a tax return, and Miss Sheila taught me how I'm supposed to keep my paperwork and keep my records. So if the IRS ever wants to see anything, boom, we have it. So at that point, I became the first franchise owner of Pros Tax Services here in Atlanta. So I was at home. If I met you at McDonald's, all I could do was exchange paperwork because I can't be on an open Wi-Fi doing your taxes. So I was at home from 2009 to 2015 when we got our first commercial space across the street. And we've been in between these two buildings since 2015, never looked back. So I mean, there's a whole lot more to it that we could talk about, but yeah, that's the gist of it. And then when I left corporate, I was building websites and graphic design,
I remember
and
that.
I was doing some business consulting because it was like, since I knew business and I always had these businesses, I've always been the go-to. Ask Martina, ask Tina, ask Martina, ask Tina, ask Chanel, however which way you knew my name, right? And but what happened was, in trying to build someone's website, I'm asking them, for information, and they're like, "Oh, but that's what I hired you to do. I don't know your business." So
Right.
then we're talking like accounting, because I learned from my dad. You have to file your taxes. You got to keep good records. And I'm finding out that these business owners know nothing about that. They're asking me, well, let me ask you something, Miss Chanel. I had a lot of basketball AAU teams in Atlanta. Like, Miss Chanel, how do you do this or how do you do that? So I'm like, okay, now I'm listening to Mr. James, and I put two and two together, and that's where Boss Taxes got birthed.
Wow.
Um,
Just out of
and
the need of other people.
mm-hmm,
There was a
yep,
need of other people. That's good. So, and that's here's another point, guys. That any entrepreneur that's on here, especially those that want to get into a tax business, do like a surveillance, or I don't know the word, like testing out of the area that you're in, or the people that's around you. If you find that there are people around you that you see a lot of people trying to do the taxes on their own, or maybe they're going to the little green people or the little red and black people, because I can't name the competitors online. That's in Walmart. One got two letters in it, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But if you find that you have a lot of people around you that are doing that, or maybe you have family, friends, people in ministry need taxes done, right?
yep,
Um,
yes,
and,
Lord.
and you can train yourself and get trained. We're going to talk about her training in just a moment on how to successfully start a tax business. There's a need. Let me tell you something. This is probably one of the most recession-proof businesses that's ever going to be around. I don't care what's going on in the world. Groceries can
Mm-hmm,
go up, can go down. Gas can go up, can go down. But at the end of the day,
yep,
see Uncle Sam, you're gonna have to pay your taxes. You're gonna have to file your taxes. You're gonna have to do something with your taxes. So it's always a need, no matter what type of economy we are in. So you're talking about starting a recession-proof business.
yep,
This is that thing. This is that thing. That says, do not do your own taxes, especially not now. That's good. That's really good. So there is a need for people like you, that you have a passion to help people. You have a
mm-hmm,
passion to see people, especially if like Kenny, he's a compliance type of guy. If you have a passion to see people, living and thriving and living in their best life, but wanting to make sure that they are good on every aspect of their life,
mm-hmm,
jump into this business, because you get to meet so many different people. I know you got stories for days about just the different people that you've gotten to meet, and you're
mm-hmm,
talking about your local family to up to celebrity clients. You probably have seen them all and met them all through such a really great business. And so
yeah.
I think, what would you say has been the biggest blessing of starting a tax business? Like, what has been like you're like, oh my God, this is why I do what I do.
So Mr. James told me to learn tax problems. Okay. So I started out with people who hadn't filed in 3, 4 years, who had IRS letters. And the biggest blessing, and I'm going to try not to cry, is because I'm thinking about two people, and I can't say, but when they feel like they can't live because they got IRS issues, you can't buy a house. You cannot, if you have IRS issues, you cannot buy a house. In some situations, you can't even effectively run your business when you have tax problems. Okay. It affects you getting business loans.
Yeah.
It affects you doing government contracting, if that's what you're trying to do. So being able to help someone who has come to us and ain't filed in 12 years,
Jesus.
to the point where we got to pull out Brucilla. Brucilla was my original laptop. And I'm going to take y'all back. Windows Vista is on her. And she weighs about 30 pounds. And you got to hold that cord a certain way to get her to turn on, because those, software wasn't in the cloud. It was on your machine. So I have software back to 2009 when I started. And to help someone navigate through or find out, like, you know what, the IRS or the state messed up. It wasn't you, but you didn't know what to do. And to see someone or get that text message that's like, Ms. Young, I got my house.
Mm.
It it does something, because it's like that one thing, everything was perfect, but that one thing. And to know that you're able, God has put you in a position to be able to help someone, you know. The franchise part. Now, we're not on here to talk about our franchise. I'll tell you when I'm selling to y'all. Okay. Right now, I'm just talking. Okay. I'm looking dead at you guys. Now, the franchise model came about because outside of James Royster, Marcia Jobson with Lambert Accounting and Tax Service in Snellville, these are people that could have looked at me as a competitor, but instead they took me under their wing. Marcia taught me how to diversify my offerings. She's Jamaican, so she's no joke. She was my accountant. She's like, you're doing personal taxes. Why aren't you doing business taxes? Why aren't you doing corporate taxes? Why aren't you doing bookkeeping? Why aren't you doing it? Like, And she taught me that. So being in this position with the franchise, it was like there are people who are out here that they don't have a covering. They want to do the right thing, but they may not have, maybe their taxes aren't together just yet. Maybe you don't have automation. Y'all, some of you guys know Dexter and I go back to high school, Lithonia High School, sub freshman. But we reunited, joined forces at a high school event in 2017. I wanted a mobile app. That's what I wanted. Then Dexter comes with his tax mess. And I thought I had a good process, you guys, but it was manual. It was I had like 7 systems to make it work, because most of my clients were not in Georgia. They were in Vegas, Chicago, they were in Illinois, Alabama, Texas, Cali, everywhere, but I'm not licensed. I don't deal with New York. Sorry, y'all, I don't deal with New York. So Dexter looked at my process and was like, you got everybody going, everybody got to do this and write this stuff down every year. I said, yeah. So he had to do it 4 times. At that point, Dexter did our first online app. And then each year it's just got better, and it's gotten better. So when I'm talking to an elderly client that's afraid of technology, and they can't get to the office, because most of our clients don't have to be in the office, but they can't get to the office, and we are able to navigate them through something. And it's like, wow, baby, thank you. It's
Right.
those little things like that. It's, a lot of people think it's the check. It's not always the check. Now, I'm not going to say you ain't going to argue with nobody. I'm not going to say that somebody going to be mad at you when you tell them that that they owe, but really that's the stuff, Jasmine, that helps to keep me going. And all of us, it's just when that light bulb comes on and you can feel like you have the opportunity to help somebody.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think, it's our human nature, most of us. It is our human nature to see people's face light up when they've been able to accomplish something,
Mhm.
especially when you've been the person to be able to just kind of help them along the way. There's no greater joy, no greater satisfaction than just seeing someone finally able to accomplish something, right?
Yeah.
That you were able to help them do. I've seen that plenty of times in the credit repair business. I've seen that multiple times in, helping people with business credit or just coaching entrepreneurs, to help them scale up their business. When that
Mm-hmm.
light bulb finally comes on, it's just like, oh my God. And let me tell y'all something. It makes it all worth it. It makes it all worth it. So listen, guys, please, 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 we're kind of at the halfway mark here. I want to get into what we really came here to talk about. We're talking about a lot of good stuff, but I really want to get into the nitty gritty
Yeah.
of why we're here tonight. But if you guys can do me a favor and share out the broadcast, you never know. You may say, I don't want to share this on my page, but you never know. Just like what we're talking about, you never know
Mm-hmm.
what your share can do. And
Yep.
so you share it on your page, and it may be one of your family members or friends. Like, you know what? I was thinking about starting a tax business, but I didn't know where to go. Or I was looking for a sign, and lo and behold, you don't share
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine and Martina's post about starting the tax business, and now they just like, man, this is it for me. This is what I really want to do. And so
Yeah.
definitely, you guys can start tagging people, sharing out the broadcast if you can. I know
Mm-hmm.
you can. It's just, if you feel like you want to, I really want you to. Go ahead and share out the broadcast so we can get some more people in here. Because listen, this conversation is really, really amazing. Thank you, Shantae, that she shared it. Thank you so much. Hey, Charlene, nice to have you in. So yeah, share it out, share it out, share it out, share it out, because this is a really great conversation. Amy said she shared. Thank you so much for sharing. So listen, let's dive into why we are here tonight, which is talking about starting a tax biz. You have some amazing news that you're getting ready to release, and so you're going to release it here first. So tell the people about what you're getting ready to do and how you're positioning yourself to pour into those people that have a desire to join the business.
Okay. So let me just say this before I say this was my bright idea. I feel like I was bullied into this. I feel like Jasmine overheard a conversation last year with Dexter that I fought him on. And I tried to fight her on it, but she wasn't really relenting. I've always been, I'm an entrepreneur's trainer. My whole thing, guys, has always been to train you in your business, in your industry, what you would like to do. And that is what we have been doing. So on the phone with Jasmine, and she's just like, I think that you need to teach people how to start a tax business. And what did I say? What was the first thing I said? I said, no. Said, uh-uh. But the more I thought about it, because I thought that the answer to that was in the franchise, but now really kind of going through things and understanding that there are a lot of you guys out there that you're bootleg doing taxes only because you don't know any better. Someone showed you, or you got your taxes done somewhere and was like, oh, I can go buy that in Walmart. Then I can just do whatever. Well, but the thing about it is, if you're ever found out, you can, get in a lot of trouble. So one of the things is, if you have the knowledge, share the knowledge. Now, does share the knowledge mean that the knowledge is always free? No, it doesn't. But one thing I can get, look, this I can guarantee. In teaching someone how to start a tax business, should someone that enrolls in our class that we are announcing here, we have not said this anywhere else to anybody. We are starting a class that it's a 4-week instructor led, not self-paced. Okay, so you get to see this beautiful face and that handsome face on the other side of this wall talking back and forth to you. Okay, but no, and building up this and showing you how to successfully start a business, I can guarantee that with the investment, I can guarantee off of 2 tax returns, you would have made your investment back. That I can guarantee. If you follow, you can't half do and it'd be like it didn't work because it does. I mean, it really does. Like right now, too, Jasmine, I think I shared with you a little briefly. There are some like network marketing type people out here that are, every year you'll see everyone with the same promo saying that they're a tax preparer. Come get your taxes done by us. But they're not doing the taxes. What they're doing is they're affiliates. And
Right.
there's like your tax business. No, it isn't, because what happens is this. Jasmine comes to me, and then I go to put your information in, then scan your documents or however it's uploaded, and then it goes to the company's tax preparers that are doing the taxes and whatever, and you deliver the results. But here's the problem with that model. And the problem is this: when we deliver results, 9 times out of 10, there are questions. And the questions are coming to who? You. Well, if so is doing the taxes, and y'all, so is a friend of mine. So anyway, she'll probably be like, what? But if so is doing the taxes, and I don't know, because I don't know who did the taxes. I can't tell this client why they put their property taxes on a Schedule A and not the Schedule E when it was related to rental property, or why I'm not itemizing, why am I still on the standard deduction side, and and what happened? We have a client that kind of happened to, and so listening, talking with Jasmine, and then also hearing Dexter out, it was just like, we have the information that can really help someone. We've used the term, Jasmine and myself have used the term several times, that the tax business is recession proof. And I'm going to explain to you why. It's not just that taxes ain't going nowhere. I don't care what they say in the news. It's a money. It brings in too much money. Okay. It's recession proof because the first 4 months, really, we say the first 4 months, but tax season doesn't start till the end of January. So really, February, March, and April, you have the ability to earn just by yourself your entire year's maintenance cost, to the cost of living on the low end. So if you work a 9 to 5 and you make $45,000 a year, if you do it correctly, those first 2.5 months, 3 months, you can make $40,000 and stack your bread and pay off all your stuff. After that, everything is profit.
Wait, time out. Play on the play. What did you just say? Did y'all hear that? Because listen, some of y'all are still waking up every morning and you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I working? She just said, in this business, in the first quarter of the year, you can make an entire person's salary. And she ain't even got into all of the other streams of income that comes with this business. You don't have to get all of that. But she just told y'all, in the first 4 months of the year, you can make somebody's or yours entire year's worth of a salary. Now, if that ain't amazing, I don't know what to tell you. That is absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. You think about the freedom that you have. And I've seen you travel a lot, and I've seen you show up for your kids and take them to school every single day, pick them up every single. Those times are valuable. Yeah. I've seen you do so much for your family and for your children, and even for yourself, being able to go when your friends call for you and all those different types of things throughout the year. Why? Because at the first 4 months, you set your entire year up. Now, name a business that you can set up your entire year in the first couple of months of the year. Hello, somebody. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to play that back, DJ.
Let me tell you something. So I have a friend of mine, and for privacy reasons, I won't call her name, but she's had tax businesses. She was the first person I knew that had 3 IFIN numbers in different states. And when I first met her, our girls were cheering together. So it was the off season. And I was like, oh, she must be a stay-at-home mom. So we're sitting there talking one day, and she was just like, oh, no, honey bunches, I only work January to April. She didn't do extensions. She didn't do to clear 200,000 easy. Travel,
In the
do
first three.
whatever, be wherever, and now she don't even touch taxes. She don't even look at taxes anymore. They are a chain. Oh, I can't say her name, but they've got a chain. They've been featured on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and some of the other shows here. Just opened a second location, but it started with taxes. And back then, sorry, y'all, I got a call, but back then that was like, what? We can do that. Now of course there comes other things, because if it takes balancing, but see, you learn money management. There's a lot of stuff in the tax game that help you personally.
Yeah.
And it's just good. My daughter has been working in the tax business for 2 years. Dexter's son has been working with us for 2 years, because I don't care if I told Lana, I don't care if you don't want to do taxes. This is your legacy. You better understand something, so, and it's not hard. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you something that you don't know. JBD Financial Group was one of our franchisees, but they were like, you know what? This is good, got it. However, look where they flourished. But see, she and I work hand in hand. See, you get in here, you learn it. Jasmine and Kenyon know stuff, and they're able to talk things through on things, because taxes go hand in hand with business credit. Y'all better not be don't be complying and see what happens.
Okay, hold on. Somebody's putting you on blast from Biz-Up. Martina is being super modest right now. She has not mentioned that she acquired a 40-year tax firm plus 1,100 tax returns. So I'm assuming 1,100 returns, more customers, and manages over 35 millions in assets.
That is fact.
I'm sorry. So pause. While we trying to be cute over here, let's go on and put this out here for real. What's going on? What's happening for real behind the curtain? And I love this comment. Thank you so much, whoever put this out here. Because this is real, y'all. This is not your Instagram tax preparer that's just doing stuff and don't know what they're doing. She is legit. She got clients on here right now. Look, somebody said she always keeps me straight. She always keeps me straight. So listen, I'm telling y'all, she's legit, and she runs a legit business, and she makes sure, and I think even in this training, and when you get trained about, you can start a tax business if you want to and trying to figure it out on YouTube, but get somebody that's in the business, they got multiple franchises, that's managing multiple millions of dollars on behalf of people. Yes, Ken and I, under the JBD Financial Group branch, we started Provision Taxes, and some of y'all remember we were doing taxes for a season. That platformed us in such a way that we started running. A lot of our clients that we were seeing, they had problems with their credit. So that was a whole other avenue that opened up for us. Okay, y'all dealing with bad credit, and some of y'all are needing business credit. So we branched out into that. And then as we were doing that, we were seeing that people need business credit, but don't even know how to run a business. And so we branched out into that, right? We got another one. She is amazing. So listen, I'm telling you what I know. Starting a tax business is very lucrative, very, very lucrative. It is free. Some of y'all, listen, I remember the days that I had to get up and go to a job that I didn't really like.
Mm-hmm.
And I working for somebody, and you breathing down my neck and sending me an email asking if I did something. Don't do that. Don't do that. And so just the freedom that you've been able to have in your life, just starting this business. So listen, if you guys are on here, again, share this out. This is real life. This is not your Instagram model tax preparer she's just on there looking, don't know what she's doing. They're gonna have you in jail and next week you got to report out. No, this is a legitimate entrepreneur, a legitimate trainer. She's also an entrepreneur trainer, a legitimate business that you
Yeah.
can learn from. She has a class, or her, I'm gonna say they have a class getting ready to come up on how to start a tax biz, where they're gonna take you through compliance. They're gonna teach you what you need to know. It ain't all about the money, but the money is good. But they're gonna teach you how to be legit and legal and run a legal business. And so I'm really excited about the class is getting ready to come up. What are the dates for the tax biz training? What are the dates?
So it will start on August 28th, because we're dealing, the tax business is seasonal. So in order to start a tax business, if you do not already have an EFIN number, there are certain things that we need enough time to get you fully developed, so that, because there are IRS timeframes that you have to be in, and then there's a certain amount of marketing and things of that nature, and purchasing your tax software, which we're going over all of that. The first thing we're starting with, I will tell you all, is business formation. We're going to make sure that your business is not a Schedule C business, that you're going to, because we're anticipating you to make a lot of money. So we don't want you to get hit with a whole bunch of self-employment tax. So we're going to start out making sure that the business formation is right. We're going to walk you through how to choose the right tax software based on your clientele and who your clientele is. See, this is the thing. I don't care what business you are. Now, we're talking about taxes, but I don't care what business that you have. You still have to figure out who your target market is, because you can just deal with people who are just W-2 employees, or you can deal with those that are independent contractors and have maybe, Schedule C income, or you can say, hey, I also want to do corporate. There's so many different ways you can go, but you have to identify who your target is. Based off of that, you want to say, okay, what should my setup be? So I'm sorry, I got one of the baddest men in tech on my team, and I will not be doing that session. Dexter will be talking about all things tech, your CRM system. Like, we're not going just talking about, okay, with the tax software, this is what you want. And if you want to be remote, this is what you do. No, we're going into the very same tools we use. Like, for real. Jasmine and Kenyon were in the office about a month or so ago, and Dexter pulled up the CRM system stuff that we use. And I was laughing between Kenyon and Jasmine, because Kenyon was looking like, yes, and I'm gonna need all of that. Like, all of it.
That is so him.
So, like, we're, of course, we're going into compliance. We're going to go in and make sure that everyone understands the different type of tax returns, because it's not just a 1040. We're going to explain and show you how to apply for your P10 number, how and to go and get your EFIN number. We're going to talk to you about hiring competent staff. Honey, we know we've hired some people and had to fire some people. We had some where we were just like, the contract ended, peace and blessings. We've made mistakes. That we're going to be going through that, developing your policies and your procedures. That's really, really important. Your communication channels amongst your groups and stuff. So, I mean, we're not just sitting. I promise you, we're not doing a webinar. This is not what this is. We're not going to be have ourselves recorded and then act like we got people asking questions that we answer, but they're not your questions. That's not what we're doing.
Are you telling open folks?
Sorry. I speak the truth.
Oh my goodness.
This is not
real deal.
Yeah, I mean, because, and the thing is, I stand behind anything that comes out my mouth. Something Dexter and I tell anybody we're on a call with, whatever I just said to you verbally, I'm woman enough to put, or he's man enough, we're going to put it in writing. So what I'm saying to you, you'll see. But we do. We've got a couple. We have two options. Well, right now, I'm sorry. Dexter gave this to me. We do have a discount code. So if you go to bosstaxes.com/tax-class, and you say, you know what, I want to start my own business, what do I need to do? We have a discount code for anyone that's viewing the broadcast, and it is BT, B is in boss, T is in taxes, 818. BT 818, and that will take $500 off
Whoa.
of the cost.
Whoa.
And okay, so let me tell you something
Whoa.
about why her response is what her response is. See, Martina wrote a book, The Entrepreneur's Guide to Becoming the Boss. And I yell at Kenyon and Jasmine all the time about certain things. But the main thing is entrepreneurship is not let's make a deal. Your price is your price. So for $500 to come off, that is a lot, but it's okay. It's okay, because the thing is, I really want to be able to help some of you that are, on that borderline, or even just trying to find what business that you really want to get into. Because see, you can own the business, that you can just hire the preparer. Like, no one's saying you get the business that you have to be the preparer. Now, I will say, have some understanding so that people ain't doing the okie doke, because you can go to jail. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, like Mr. James told me, the people will lock you up. But
Will come for you.
what did he say? He said they took the man out of handcuffs like this. Like, so it's just that we have fun with on this broadcast, but the real part of it is you really can have a profitable business. And it does not take a lot of time. Now we're going to talk about how we grew our business organically. My business partner, who shall remain nameless, Dexter, making sure that I'm not good at talking about things that I've done. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not a boastful person. So, in this conversation, I forgot we did acquire a tax business. We did. And we acquired it in 2020. They found us in COVID. The power of my mother running her mouth. My daughter does taxes. My daughter does taxes. And then it turned into this situation. And Dexter there was no exaggeration in what Biza posted up. There was no exaggeration. Those are facts. So but we were positioned just like you all should be positioned. We want to make sure, if you want to start a tax business, and I say this about every business, you say you want one new client. Can you handle one client? You say you want 50, but can you handle one? Like, are you positioned correctly? And if you are positioned correctly, then guess what? You can just ease on into that thing. Yeah. And that's what we're going to do. And there will be some ongoing. We're not going to just drop you after the fourth one. There'll be a communications channel that you can come back and say, hey, because it may be 8 weeks before the IRS sends you a message, Y'all, when I applied for my EFIN number, I got denied the first time. That was in 2016. They denied me because they said I didn't file my taxes for We Are Boss. I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, I did. It was on, because back then it was on my Schedule C. So I was in tears, literally crying. I called Marcia and I was like, it ain't gonna happen. They just said no. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she was just like, you respond to them and you tell them that they are wrong.
Right.
And that was one of the first times I really learned, like, I can fight this. And then they turned around, and 2 weeks later, not an apology, just like, you've been approved, this is your EFIN.
I love it. So listen, I love the way that you brought all that together to tell the people, listen, you're not going to start a repeating business. You're going to start a legitimate business.
Yes.
You're going to be right all around the board. And so if you're looking for a way out, here you go. If some of y'all are on here tonight and you're like, I've been looking for a way to just have a different life, or have a better life, or provide a better life for my children or for my family, here you go. And who's to say You may start this tax business and it becomes really lucrative for you. You hire people to run it, you just oversee it, and you go on and it funds your next vision. Come on, somebody.
Yes.
And literally, that's what happened for us. It funded our next business. And so don't just think about, okay, well, I don't know if I want to start a tax business and be in it forever. Okay, you don't have to be in it forever. Get started, have some working knowledge of what's happening, put people in place, let that be a stream of income for you, and let it fund your other business ventures. I can't even
That's
tell
right.
you the type of things that it branches us out into out here in the financial industry, in the
Mm-hmm.
education industry. I mean, it's just so many different areas. I would have never been able to help people with business credit had I not started the tax business, right? I would have never been able to see her smiling face when she pulled up with that crystal package, brand spanking new, beautiful BMW SUV. Baby, what? I would have never known about that had we not started the tax business and I got exposed to that level of clientele, right? And so if you're on here, take the leap of faith and sign up for the Boss Taxes tax business class. You will not be disappointed.
No.
Hear me. Hear me. These are the type of people that will overshare. And what I mean overshare, that means they're gonna give you everything you need and then some, and then be there for you throughout the process. So you won't go. It's kind of like you can't fail. If you apply yourself, if you step out in there and you do
Mm-hmm.
what you got to do, you literally can't fail. Okay, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it the right way, you can't. And so if you're looking for a way out, if you're looking for that next thing that you need to be focused on and getting into to take this, your life to the next level, this is your opportunity right here. You're probably on
Mm-hmm.
here tonight. You're thinking, I don't know, should I? Maybe listen. Some of y'all got some grown children and you trying to figure out what to do with your grown babies, right? What to do with your grown babies because they still in your,
Mm-hmm.
right? Have them on this training. Listen, you don't need a college education to do this. You don't need a
Mm-mm.
college education to do this. Get your babies in the training. Sign one of them up to take the class and start the family business for you. And then y'all just run it and make the money. I mean, who don't want to make money? I don't know. If you on here and you don't want to make money, I don't know what's wrong with you. I can't help you. But there's betterhelp.com out there because there's something going on. Like, I mean, what? What's going on? But listen, I'm serious. We laughing, but I'm serious. This is an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity of a lifetime. I vouch for it. I put my signature on it. I sign off on this. Charlene said, I'm going to get my daughters to sign up. Boom, just like that. Come on, family business. Come on, family.
Yes.
Get your family set up right. If you don't want to do it, get your family, get your auntie that's always calling you needing to borrow $20. Look, auntie, I ain't giving you $20 more. I'm gonna invest in this class for you. Take this class, and we're gonna run this business. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
opportunity, bosstaxes.com/tax dash class. And she just gave y'all $500 off.
When y'all will not see that on when you start seeing that, I'm gonna tell you this right now. This ain't no game. I don't play games.
And she
So when you see the ads and everything that are gonna come, and then we're gonna be having it on TikTok and Instagram, you're not gonna see that 500 off. I'm telling you that right now. I didn't even. Here's the thing. I didn't even think about a discount code ever. I never think about it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Until Dexter peeped in and said, for the people that are on the broadcast, we give them a discount code. I was like, yeah, because Jasmine Dudley, she is my niece, okay, but the business relationship that we have with the 818 Wealth Academy, Dudley Publishing House, and all the other entities, like we somewhere in there on all of them. But with that was like, you know what, just being able to offer it to those that are coming on. We wanted to do. I say, well, look, I'm saying we, right? That wasn't me at first though. But no, it's really, really good, and we really want people who are serious. And we, as Jasmine said, we overshare. So I can tell you right now, if anyone is in that class and we kind of see like your niche is probably one of the other products that could be offered, it's the same principles of starting the business. is sometimes just working together. The people that I was calling by name, I worked with them together. It wasn't a Marcia, let me tell you something. We moved out into our first building in 2015. Marcia went and she rented. Now, let me start to scream in a minute. She rented a spot. She came out the house. She was an accounting and bookkeeper and or accountant, and she did bookkeeping and enrolled agent and all that stuff. And she was renting a spot. Let me tell you something. Was it 3 months ago? I just went to her ribbon cutting because she bought the building right
Woo!
at the corner of 78 and Wisteria in Snellville. That building that belongs to Lambert Accounting and Tax, the tax
Yes,
firm.
ma'am.
So, but you know what? I still send her referrals. If I'm uncomfortable with something or I feel like it's too much, I'm like, they need to go to Marcia. Because see, we're going to talk about collaboration. And like every person that does what you do is not your competitor.
Come on.
So let me explain that to you. My niece is a wealth business coach. She's one of the best out here to do it. I'm an entrepreneur's trainer. I was asked by one of our clients, has been a client of hers, that's a client of ours. It was like, so how are y'all different? I said, because we offer different things. There's certain things that she gets on that stage and I'm not going to talk to you about your sales funnel. I'm not going to talk to you about coming up with creative ideas to do this and then I'm not going to talk. That's not what we do.
Come on now.
Okay. We train in a different manner on different things. So we can be a part of an event that they are hosting. They can be a part of an event that we're hosting, and we share clients. We refer clients back and forth. And guess what? Everybody makes money.
Absolutely, all the time. So listen, and I love that you brought that point up because you are the entrepreneur's trainer. I am the business coach, international business coach. But listen, do not come to me asking me how to start a business, how to get your taxes right. I'm gonna be frustrated with you. Do not do. I'm not gonna help you. I'm just not gonna help you. That's Martina's lane. I'm not gonna help you with any. You got to be compliant. All I'm gonna show you how to do is get out here and make some money. Now, what you do with that money, you're gonna have to go to Martina and make sure you legal and you right. But I'm not gonna help. I am not going to help you with that. Okay, I can teach you how to get the money, but Martina gonna keep you out of jail, honey. Okay. We're gonna make sure you right and you're set at your foundation, which is really the most important part of your business.
Yeah.
You know, I can teach you how to scale and run ads and all those different types of things, but if your foundation is set up right, you can get an influx of people coming into your business and it will crash and burn because you're not set up properly, right? And so that's the difference between who we are and what we do. And we refer clients back and forth to each other all the time, and it works. It's good. That's another thing about being a part of this class. Your ability to network with other business owners. So somebody may get in this class and be like, you know what? I only want to do personal taxes. I don't want to do corporate. Okay, well, hey, send me your corporate people. You know what I'm saying? And so collaboration at its finest can happen in the room, in this classroom. So listen, I want you guys to plug into Boss Taxes, the tax class. Y'all are getting right here tonight. $500 off. That is an insane deal. I don't think in my whole entire business I have ever offered $500 off of anything. And so this right here, and I know the reason why they're doing it is because they're passionate about it. They're passionate about helping people. And when she talked about that light bulb coming on and you finally walking into the greatness of your life, that's what that $500 off is. A plea for you to come up higher and to do better and to live the life that you dreamed of. And so if I were y'all, I would not miss this opportunity to take this class. You never know what it's going to lead. It's going to lead to something great, however it goes. So get online right now. Go to bosstaxes.com. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Use the promo code BT818. It's on the screen for the $500 off. Listen, get in this class because I'm telling you right now, it's going to fill up. She's already told me that there's a cap, there's a limit. Obviously, they want to spend that time with you guys.
Yeah.
So let's go on and secure your seat now. Go on and secure your seat now because you don't want to miss out on this life-changing opportunity. All right. Again, you don't have to have prior knowledge of taxes. They're going to teach you everything that you need to know. So even if somebody's like, I don't really know anything about taxes, everything you need to know, you're going to learn in this course. So sign up right now. Martina, do you have any final words that you want to offer the audience before we log off for tonight?
Yeah, I really want to say, whatever reason you got on this broadcast, whether it was, just trying to just being supportive of Jasmine and Kenya's platform or Dexter and I's platform, we thank you, number one. But really, if there is something inside of you, you're really trying to figure out what it is that you want to do in your life, take a chance on yourself. Um, I, I've done. I mean, you just name whatever business that you want to. I probably had my hands in it. I probably have touched it, spent money in it, lost money in it, whatever. But you don't know until you do it. So take a chance on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. And I'm looking directly into the camera because I need you to understand, do not give up on yourself. If you're on here and you know of someone that this could benefit, they're just out here seeking, trying to figure out what they need to do next. What is the thing that they can do? This may be it. Or go into partnership. If you have with someone, you may be the admin, right? They may be the vocal. You got to have a vocal person. You just never know. But just don't give up on yourself. I just really want to say that. And I do want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you on behalf of Martina C. Young Enterprises, Boss Taxes, BizUp, Vendetta Holdings. Just thank you very much for your support. And we appreciate everybody that has shared it. And Jasmine and Kenyon, thank you guys very much.
Absolutely. This has been an amazing conversation. Listen, y'all can, once we end this live, go back and watch the replay. She was dropping nuggets already. And so I hope y'all was picking up what she was putting down. Okay. And so go back and watch the replay. Keep sharing it out. How long is the coupon good for? Is it just good for tonight, this week? How long is it good?
It's good for through the class start date. And I forgot to mention, so that you can either pay for it in full or you can use, we have the Affirm link. So if you cannot pay for it all at one time, then you definitely can click and get payment arrangements with Affirm. The unfortunate side is we're not in a position to just do payment arrangements individually. So payment arrangements have to go through Affirm, or you could just, pay it off in one installment. So I did forget about that part, but yeah, for this, anyone that sees this on Facebook, we're just going to leave the code up through August 28th.
Okay, so class starts August 28th, guys. And so listen, don't delay because there's still a cap on the seats. Okay.
Yes.
There's still a cap on the seats. So you may be like, okay, well, I got into August 28th and here we are August 16th and the class is sold out. So don't delay. Go ahead and get your seat in the class. Go ahead and get prepared. She did mention about the Affirm financing, which is a really great platform to finance a lot of different things. And you can get payments probably as low as $20, $30, $40, just depending on what you get approved for. And so it's very affordable for you. It's very affordable for you to do if that's what you want to do. But it's really, they just took all the excuses away. They took all the excuses away for you to get into this course. All right. And so listen, thank you so much, Martina and Dexter. I know you can hear me in the other room, for being on tonight. This was an amazing conversation. Listen, we're going to have to do it again. I feel like we're going to have to do this again and have another conversation because this is really good and insightful for the audience here. And so thank you guys for tuning in and joining us on tonight. Thank you again, Martina, for being on. Listen, guys, we are going to start doing these wealth chats a little more often. Honestly, the start of it was Martina. So she say I pushed her. She definitely pushed me because I was not planning on doing a wealth chat. But now we're out here. I would definitely want to bring more content like this to you guys. So you can see real entrepreneurs that are out here really doing it. They're not a fly-by-night type of business. They're out here. They're really doing it. They're really successful. And so I really want you guys to lay hold of that. All right. And so we are the 818 Wealth Academy. If you guys want to learn more about what we do, is the 818wealthacademy.com. And listen, it's quite a few of you on here, but we are going to London. Yes, the UK in January 2024. We are going to London. So we're taking, some of you know about my Enhance Your Business Bootcamp. We are taking the Enhance Your Business tour, because we've been on tour in the on U.S. soil. So now we're going to go over to the UK soil and do some amazing business training. We're going to do some sightseeing and all those different type of things, but we're also going to collaborate with that country and starting businesses over in that country as well. So it's going to be a phenomenal experience. So if you want to learn more about that, you're definitely welcome to join us in London. Can you just put the information on the screen? You can go to www.eybtour.com. We also offer Affirm Financing, so to make this trip affordable to you. Listen, we are eliminating any excuse that you have to be great, okay? There's no excuse. There is no excuse for you not to be great and walk into the fullness of who you are and what God has called you to do. That's just what we believe. We are believers, and I believe that there is so much more that God has called you to than you, for you to be miserable and not walking in your full potential. So whatever I got to do as a business coach, whatever Kenya has to do, Martina and Dexter, listen, we're here to help you. We're here for you to step over into that threshold. Many of you know we started 6 years ago and we were in poverty. Listen, we were in poverty. We were living in somebody else's rented house that was on I forget the name of the tax assistance or whatever. We had food stamps and cars being repoed. Listen, we fresh out, okay? We fresh out, and now we've been able to tour the country, and we're taking international trips and financially stable. And this is the first time I'm going to mention it, but my husband, after 5 years, was finally able to walk away from his corporate job 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And so what we're telling you guys is real. It's real deal Holyfield, okay? This is real life. And so you can have this kind of life as well. It's not a game. It's not a gimmick. I believe that, what the word of God says, that he's given us power to have dominion in the earth realm. And so we have to walk in that dominion, authority, and power. All right. And we can't do that unhappy and stuck and clocking in every week because we feel like we have to. I'm not knocking anybody that does. But what I am saying, if you know that God has called you to more, there is no reason for you to be sitting there in disobedience. Come on now. In disobedience, not walking into the more that God has put in front of you, all right? So take the leap of faith. Go over to bosstaxes.com. Join that amazing tax class. Use the code BT818 to get $500 off. It's going to change your life, and I want receipts. When y'all take the class and you start your business, I want to see receipts. Start posting and tagging us saying, you know what, I watched that live with you and Martina, and baby, I'm set for the rest of the year, or I'm set for the next 5 years. Run us our receipts. You hear me? So listen, it's been a blessing. I love you guys. God bless you. We'll be back on with some more content like this. Like, tag, share this broadcast, and go on my page and Martina's page and Kenya's page and Dexter's page and Biz Up page and follow us. I think they're heavy on Instagram, Entrepreneurs Trainer over on Instagram. Follow us because we're dishing out real content, and we're the real deal. Okay, so I don't say we just the real deal. So listen, God bless you. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.